Oy. Jersey Joe, thanks a lot. Bobby in Los Angeles, what is wrong with you and the rest of the conservatives, you ask?
John, listen, as you may or not remember, I am the greatest caller in the history of talk radio, so I'm very familiar with your opinion and other conservative opinions. And I'm curious, your people on the right, are you never happy? Are you never happy if you have someone who's not conservative enough? Like Mitt Romney or Bush, you still vote for them and then you complain about it. If you have someone who's consistently conservative, like Dr. Ron Paul, will you downplay him? Is there any candidate that will ever make you people happy?
Well, there's a lot of different people on the right. I realize that if you're part of the monolith on the left, you just march in lockstep, and as you go by the Kool-Aid barrel, you take a big gulp.
Wow. Wow.
But there's a lot of different people and a lot of different interests on the right. There's libertarians, there's conservatives, there's country club Republicans. There's
no, I know that, but John, don't you and many conservatives always claim that either it's always two things. Either A, you want someone who's consistently conservative, or B, you want someone who's consistently conservative that can win. That's what you say a lot of times. And at the end of the day, let's say you get someone who wins or doesn't win. Are you happy with any of the conservatives that've been here for the last few years? Bush, Romney, you don't like, again, Dr. Ron Paul. You don't like any of them consistently. They're not consistently conservatives. Why do you keep voting for the same people and then complain about?
Are you talking about me or people generally on the right?
Well, it's both. I mean, I'm calling you.
No, it's not, because I'm a Bush supporter. I've never wavered on that. And when conservatives complain, Bush was a big government Republican, he started the Department of Homeland Security. He ran up these big bills. I go, he had 9/11. For God's sakes, what do you think anybody would have done? I argue that point all the time. I wanted Romney. I thought he was a better choice than Obama. I realized a lot of conservatives stayed at home rather than go out and vote for him. And what they got as their reward for sitting on their ass was 4 more years of Obama. I'm not the same as all these people you're talking about. You are right. There are conservatives who are never really happy with somebody who calls themselves a conservative and are always sniffing out their bona fides. Are they really conservative about this? Just look at the debate the other night. Here's Rand Paul yelling at Marco Rubio, you can't be a conservative if you're going to spend $1 trillion on the military. Well, excuse me very much. We may just have to spend $1 trillion on the military. Rand, sit down.
Am I still Bobby.
Up? No, you're not.
John, be nicer.
Well, that's such a whining thing, and it's coming from California, my home state, been ruined by people like Bobby, and he knows he has. Because it's just become a blue echo chamber. It's totally blue. And they are so convinced they're right, and they all drive around at 2 miles an hour on packed freeways, looking to their left and right saying, yeah, they all agree with me. And they do.